What if I told you the dollar store items sitting in your home right now could save your life and become more valuable than gold itself? Imagine waking up tomorrow to find empty store shelves, broken supply chains, and a collapsed economy where your cash is completely worthless. The items people ignored yesterday suddenly become the currency of survival tomorrow. In this video, I'm revealing 20 dirt cheap products that will skyrocket in value during a crisis. You'll discover exactly what to stockpile now, why these items become priceless, and how to use them for survival and bartering. Make sure you watch until the end, because number one on this list is something you probably throw away without thinking twice. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where we help you prepare smart, not scared. If you're serious about protecting your family and building real security, hit that like button and subscribe. Now, let's dive into the 20 items that could mean the difference between thriving and just surviving. Let's start with the survival trinity: fire, water, and food. These three elements form the foundation of human survival, and without them, nothing else matters. First up, lighters and matches. In a world without electricity or reliable fuel, fire becomes your most critical tool for survival. Fire provides warmth when temperatures drop. It lets you cook food safely. It purifies contaminated water, and it keeps predators, both animal and human, at bay during the darkest hours. Here's the reality check most people don't want to hear. Starting a fire from scratch is nearly impossible for the average person. Those survival shows make it look easy, but when you're cold, stressed, and running out of daylight, rubbing two sticks together isn't going to cut it. Disposable lighters and matches are compact, lightweight, and can last for years when stored properly. Stock up on waterproof matches and quality lighters right now while they're cheap. Store them in airtight containers to protect them from moisture. Rotate your supply annually to ensure everything stays fresh. And here's the barter advantage. People will trade premium items like food and medicine for the ability to make fire. When you control fire, you control survival. Next, let's talk about life's most precious resource: clean water. Water purification tablets can turn contaminated water into safe drinking water in just minutes. Think about this: the human body can survive weeks without food, but only 3 to 4 days without water. When a crisis hits, clean water disappears first. Pipes stop flowing, bottles vanish from stores, rivers and lakes become contaminated with bacteria, parasites, and chemicals. Water purification tablets are incredibly lightweight and compact, making them perfect for emergency kits and bug-out bags. A single small bottle can purify hundreds of liters of water. That's the difference between life and death compressed into something smaller than a deck of cards. And when it comes to bartering, water purification has enormous leverage. People will trade anything: food, tools, medicine, for the ability to drink safely. Stock up on these tablets now while they're affordable and easy to find. Your future self will thank you. Now, let's discuss shelf-stable gold: canned foods. When grocery store shelves go bare and supply chains collapse, canned foods become absolute lifesavers. They have a shelf life of 2 to 5 years or more. They're durable enough to survive rough handling, and most importantly, they're ready to eat with minimal preparation. Here's what makes canned food so powerful in a crisis. Hunger is the great equalizer. When people are starving, food becomes the most powerful currency on earth. A can of beans that cost you $1 today could be worth $50 worth of barter value tomorrow. People will trade jewelry, tools, batteries, anything for a meal. Stock a variety of canned proteins like tuna, chicken, and beans. Include fruits for vitamin C and morale. Focus on calorie-dense options like chili and stew. And here's a critical detail most people overlook: make absolutely sure you have manual can openers, because without them, those beautiful cans of food become useless metal cylinders mocking your hunger. Speaking of long-term survival, let's talk about gardening seeds. When food supplies vanish and stores stay empty for months, the ability to grow your own food becomes priceless. Gardening seeds, especially heirloom non-GMO varieties, provide months of fresh, sustainable nutrition. Think about the economics here. A $2 packet of tomato seeds can produce 50 pounds of tomatoes over a growing season. That's not just food, that's independence, that's security. That's the knowledge that even if everything collapses, you can still feed yourself and your family. Heirloom seeds are superior for survival because they're not genetically modified to be sterile. You can save seeds from your harvest and replant them year after year. GMO seeds often won't reproduce, making you dependent on buying new seeds every season, something that won't be possible in a crisis. Seeds are also incredibly valuable for bartering. While canned food feeds you once, seeds represent future food security. People understand this instinctively. A handful of quality seeds can be traded for premium survival items because they're an investment in tomorrow's meals. Now let's shift gears and talk about health, hygiene, and human dignity. These might not seem as critical as food and water, but maintaining cleanliness and health can mean the difference between surviving and thriving in a crisis. Let's address the elephant in the room: toilet paper. The pandemic of 2020 taught us an unforgettable lesson. When panic sets in, toilet paper disappears first from store shelves. Why? Because humans instinctively understand that basic hygiene products become priceless in a crisis.
Toilet paper isn't just about comfort, though comfort matters more than people realize when you're living through a disaster. It's a health tool that helps maintain cleanliness, prevents infections, and preserves human dignity. Poor hygiene leads to rashes, infections, and disease spread. In a world without functioning hospitals, a simple infection can become a serious threat. The storage advantages are perfect. Toilet paper is lightweight, takes up manageable space, and has an indefinite shelf life if kept dry. Even a modest stash of 20 or 30 rolls can make a huge difference in your quality of life. And as a barter item, people will trade premium goods for something as simple as a roll of toilet paper. When you're desperate for cleanliness, price becomes irrelevant. Closely related are soap and toothpaste. Cleanliness isn't just about feeling fresh, it's essential for preventing disease and infection. Bar soap is one of the cheapest items you can buy right now, but its value will skyrocket during the crisis. Soap is incredibly multi-purpose. You can use it for washing hands, which prevents disease transmission. You can wash clothes to prevent skin infections. You can clean dishes to avoid food poisoning. You can even clean wounds to prevent bacterial infections. All of this from a simple bar that costs less than $1. Toothpaste and a basic toothbrush help prevent dental problems that can become serious emergencies if left untreated. Imagine dealing with an abscessed tooth when there's no dentist available, no painkillers, and no antibiotics. A simple cavity becomes a life-threatening infection. Maintaining oral hygiene prevents this nightmare scenario. Both soap and toothpaste are compact, easy to store, and highly tradable. Everyone needs cleanliness, but very few people will have adequate supplies when disaster strikes. Let's talk about health when healthcare vanishes. First aid kits and painkillers become some of your most important resources when access to medical care becomes limited or non-existent. A basic first aid kit containing antiseptic wipes, bandages, gauze, and over-the-counter medications allows you to handle minor injuries and illnesses at home. A cut that would normally require a quick clinic visit becomes something you must treat yourself. A sprained ankle needs wrapping and support. A burn needs cleaning and covering. Without these basic supplies, minor problems spiral into major crises. First aid supplies are also high-value barter items because everyone gets hurt eventually. A parent with an injured child will trade almost anything for bandages and antiseptic. Someone with a nasty cut will hand over food for proper wound care supplies. Painkillers like ibuprofen, paracetamol, and aspirin become incredibly valuable when healthcare is inaccessible. These tiny pills can mean the difference between unbearable agony and basic functionality. They help manage fevers that could become dangerous. They reduce swelling from injuries. They ease symptoms of infection while your body fights back. Think about trying to work, gather supplies, or protect your family while dealing with a severe headache, tooth pain, or muscle injury. Painkillers restore your ability to function. They're lightweight, compact, and have a long shelf life, making them ideal for stockpiling and bartering. When someone is in pain, they'll trade premium items for relief. Now here's an essential category that most people, especially men planning survival kits, completely overlook: feminine hygiene products. Pads, tampons, and menstrual cups are critical for millions of women, but often forgotten in survival planning. Poor menstrual hygiene isn't just uncomfortable, it can lead to serious infections and increased stress during an already stressful situation. These items are inexpensive now, but vanish quickly when a crisis hits. Menstrual cups offer a long-term reusable solution, while disposable pads and tampons are valuable for trade. Here's the strategic advantage. Even if no one in your household needs these products, having a stash provides powerful leverage in a barter economy. Women will trade food, batteries, medicine, whatever they have for menstrual supplies. It's not optional for them. It's a recurring monthly necessity. Stock up now, and you'll have a barter item that's always in demand. Finally, let's discuss rubbing alcohol, the sanitization powerhouse. Rubbing alcohol is a multi-purpose survival tool. It's a powerful disinfectant, it's a hand sanitizer, it's a first aid essential for sterilizing wounds. It cleans surfaces and disinfects tools, and in a pinch, it can even start fires. The pandemic taught us that alcohol-based sanitizers vanish instantly when people panic. Keeping wounds clean prevents infections that could become fatal without antibiotics. Disinfecting surfaces stops disease spread in close quarters. Sanitizing tools before medical procedures can save lives. Rubbing alcohol is lightweight, long-lasting, and easy to store in plastic bottles. It's also a potent barter item because cleanliness becomes absolutely critical when hospitals are overwhelmed or unreachable. A few bottles of rubbing alcohol stored today could save your life tomorrow. Now let's move into our final category: power, light, and practical tools. These items might not seem as obviously critical as food and medicine, but they provide enormous advantages in a grid-down scenario. First, batteries, your source of portable power. When the power grid fails, batteries become absolutely essential. AA and AAA batteries power flashlights that let you see in the dark. They run radios that provide critical information. They operate medical devices that someone in your household might depend on. Without these batteries, all that critical gear becomes useless. Quality batteries are worth the extra cost because cheap batteries leak and die quickly.
Consider rechargeable options paired with solar chargers for renewable energy that doesn't depend on stores being open. Stock up heavily on the most common sizes, AA and AAA, because they power the widest variety of devices. Batteries aren't just vital for personal use, they're perfect for trade. Imagine someone with a working flashlight but dead batteries. They'll trade premium items just to make their equipment functional again. Store batteries in a cool, dry place, and keep them sealed in original packaging to prolong shelf life. This brings us to flashlights and candles, your sources of light in the darkness. In a world without power, flashlights become lifelines. They allow safe navigation through your home and outside. They help you signal for help if rescue is possible. They provide a sense of security and control when nights become dangerous. Keep multiple flashlights in your home, vehicle, and emergency kits. LED models last longer and use batteries more efficiently. Rechargeable flashlights with solar chargers provide light without depending on limited battery supplies. Candles provide a complementary lighting solution. They're simple, reliable, and dirt cheap right now, but in a prolonged crisis, their value soars. Candles provide steady light for hours. They can provide a small amount of heat in cold conditions. They can even be used for cooking in improvised setups. They're easy to store, have an indefinite shelf life, and help maintain morale during dark times. Never underestimate the psychological comfort of light when everything feels uncertain. Now let's talk about duct tape, the ultimate fix-all. Duct tape is genuinely a miracle tool in survival situations. It can patch torn clothing to keep you warm, it seals broken windows to keep out cold and rain, it fixes leaking containers, it mends damaged shoes, it creates makeshift bandages and splints, it reinforces shelters, it secures gear. The versatility is almost limitless. When professional repair services vanish and you can't just buy replacements, duct tape fills the gap. Keep multiple rolls in various kits and locations throughout your home, vehicle, and bug-out bags. Duct tape is also powerful barter gold. Everyone eventually needs to fix something, and when hardware stores are closed or empty, a roll of duct tape becomes incredibly valuable. Its uses are so varied that it appeals to nearly everyone in a crisis. Closely related is the sewing kit, your tool for repair and resourcefulness.
When new clothes are no longer available, the ability to repair what you have becomes essential. A basic sewing kit allows you to mend clothing, patch gear, and even repair shoes and bags. These kits are inexpensive, compact, and incredibly durable. The ability to fix and maintain your belongings is a vital skill in a long-term crisis, but it's also a tradable asset. You can offer repair services in exchange for food, supplies, or protection. Build your own kit with strong thread in multiple colors, various needle sizes, buttons, safety pins, and scissors. Add specialized needles for leather or heavy fabric for added versatility. Now let's cover the final 5 unexpected survival essentials that round out our list of 20. First, salt. Salt isn't just seasoning, it's a survival essential that humans have valued for thousands of years. Before refrigeration existed, salt was used to preserve meat and fish. In a world without power, it enables long-term food storage by preventing spoilage. Salt is also necessary for human health. Your body needs sodium to function. You can use salt for wound cleaning to prevent infection. It deters pests from food storage areas. And it's valuable for bartering because everyone needs it. Salt lasts indefinitely if kept dry, and you can buy it in bulk for just a few dollars. Stock both iodized salt for health and coarse salt for preservation. Next, garbage bags. These might seem mundane, but garbage bags are incredibly versatile tools in survival scenarios. Their primary purpose, managing waste, becomes critical when sanitation services stop. Accumulated garbage breeds disease, attracts pests, and creates dangerous living conditions. But garbage bags do so much more. They become rain ponchos to keep you dry. They provide emergency shelter and ground cover. They offer insulation by stuffing them with leaves or newspaper. They create waterproof storage for critical supplies. Heavy-duty bags are especially valuable for bartering because everyone needs waste management. Maintaining a clean environment is a significant survival advantage. Disease spreads rapidly in unsanitary conditions. Garbage bags provide enormous utility when basic services fail. Now, instant coffee and tea bags. In extremely stressful times, comfort becomes a legitimate form of survival. Instant coffee packets and tea bags offer warmth, routine, and a powerful mental boost when everything feels chaotic. The caffeine in coffee and tea reduces fatigue and improves alertness when you need to stay sharp. It suppresses hunger pangs when food is scarce. It provides a moment of normalcy and routine that helps maintain mental health during prolonged crisis. These items are lightweight, compact, and have a long shelf life, making them perfect for storage and barter. People will trade surprisingly valuable items for a hot cup of coffee when they're exhausted and demoralized. Herbal teas can also serve medicinal purposes. Chamomile aids relaxation, peppermint helps digestion, ginger reduces nausea.
Manual can openers are small, cheap, and absolutely essential when electricity is gone and your electric can opener is just decorative metal. They're perfect barter items too. People with stockpiles of canned goods but no opener will trade valuable supplies for a simple manual opener. Keep multiple sturdy openers in different locations: your kitchen, your emergency kit, your vehicle, your bug-out bag. Redundancy equals security. And finally, let's circle back to candles with more detail. We mentioned them earlier with flashlights, but candles deserve special attention. When the power goes out for days, weeks, or months, candles become a critical source of light and comfort. They're incredibly simple, remarkably reliable, and dirt cheap to stockpile right now. But during a prolonged crisis, their value soars because they provide steady, dependable light for hours at a time. Unlike flashlights that depend on limited battery supplies, candles just need to be lit. You can use candles for a small amount of heat in cold rooms. You can use them for cooking in carefully designed survival setups. They're effortless to store in closets or under beds. They have an indefinite shelf life if kept dry. And perhaps most importantly, they help maintain morale during dark times. The soft glow of candlelight provides psychological comfort that harsh flashlight beams can't match. Stock up on long, burning candles and keep lighters or matches nearby.
Your future self will appreciate the foresight. So, there you have it. 20 items that cost almost nothing right now, but could cost you everything if you wait until disaster strikes to acquire them. These aren't luxury goods or expensive preparedness gear. They're simple, everyday essentials that suddenly become priceless when the world turns upside down. The brilliant move you can make today is to prepare while others ignore the warning signs. Start building your survival stash right now, even if you only add 1 or 2 items per week. Small, consistent preparation beats last-minute panic buying every single time. This isn't about fear, it's about readiness. It's about taking responsibility for your family's security. It's about having peace of mind knowing that if the worst happens, you're prepared to face it. So, which of these 20 items surprised you most? Did we miss something you think is critical? Drop a comment below and let's discuss. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to Prep Pantry for more survival wisdom. Turn on notifications so you never miss critical preparedness information that could make all the difference when a crisis strikes. Remember this, when disaster strikes, it's too late to prepare. The time to act is now, while stores are stocked and prices are reasonable. Stay sharp, stay safe, be prepared. I'll see you in the next video.